Well, good evening. I'm Rick Dancer, and welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer. And tonight we have, um, well, a, a special show, a good show. Um, we've been with the Bryson family from just about the beginning, reporting on what's going on and what's happening. Their son, Michael Bryson, disappeared on August the 5th of last year. And a lot of weird stuff has been going on with this. And I mean, some weird stuff. And so I called up the Brysons and we were talking about doing a show. And none of the days were working out. And I said, how about the 5th of January? And the phone call got really, really quiet. And I thought, what did I say? Because I say things sometimes that get me in trouble. And the Bryson said, actually, the 5th is Michael's 28th birthday. So today, Michael Bryson would be 28 years old. He has been missing since August. We don't know where he is. And so the Michael Bryson Foundation is paying for a show tonight so we can talk about, people are wishing him a happy birthday, which I think is really sweet from all of you. So we've got a special story because we also have another missing person in the area that the Bryson Foundation wants to help promote kind of as a birthday giveaway gift from Michael and his family. So let's go to the Brysons first and we'll add them to the stream. And I'm going to move you guys over here so I'm smaller and you're bigger. All right, introduce yourself, Parrish, Tina, and this is our sister. Can you introduce yourself? Because you're the first time we've had you on the show.
Yes, my name is Krista, Michael's sister.
Okay. And how compared to Michael? So Michael, is he older or younger?
He's younger. I'm 29, and we're 2 years apart in school.
Okay.
He turned 28 today, and then I'll turn 30 in August on the 1st.
So where, Parrish and Tina, where are we at with this whole investigation? Kind of update us with what you can. I know there's things you can't talk about. It's really sweet. I don't know if you guys can't see this yet. Now I'm going to cry. But everybody's wishing happy birthday to Michael and stuff. So I know, let's do this. Before we get to that investigation thing. Tina, so tell me, we're having a little birthday bash at the Bryson home. Tell me what's going on, because there's family all around, like in the room and friends and all that kind of stuff. Kind of tell us what's going on.
Yeah, we're actually at my brother's in Cresswell today. He worked today, but offered to do a stir fry on his new griddle and have a birthday cake for Michael in celebration. And they have good internet here, so it all worked out good.
Now, I noticed that every good mom has her son, like, show him he's on your heart. He's right there.
He's right here.
So 28 years ago today, you were delivering that kid.
At 4:15 p.m. I did, yes.
And how much did he weigh?
6 pounds, 14 ounces.
Wow. So how much did your daughter weigh? How much did you weigh?
6 pounds.
6'14", I think. I think they were both under 7 pounds.
So you guys were close. So on this birthday, tell me, this is a weird thing. This is a hard thing.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, Tina.
I'm really glad that I had to work today because it made me take my mind off of today a little bit because I was busy. But I knew that his birthday was going to be a hard day for me, and it definitely is. Michael loved to celebrate his birthday. He loved to be with family and friends. He loved gifts. And I made a post on Facebook that we had made it through Thanksgiving. We made it through Christmas. We made it through New Year's. And I knew we had just one more week to make it through his birthday.
Is this the hardest one?
It is. It definitely is. Yeah.
What, I'm literally like, my hands are shaking. I don't get nervous, but I'm just, yeah. What do you?
We normally celebrate by going to the casino. It's kind of Mikey's thing. We've been doing it since he turned 21. So every year he chooses a casino to go to. We eat sushi and play blackjack and poker and slot machines. And so that's how we normally celebrate his birthday, which will probably continue that tradition next year.
Yeah.
With family and friends.
That sounds like a great idea. So,
yeah,
Chris, so tell me a memory about your brother that sticks with you. That's funny. That's not, not a sad one, but a funny one.
You can use that brother.
Gosh. I have lots of memories. I would say some of my best memories with Michael were our summers. We did a lot of camping trips, like building rock pools in the middle of nowhere. Honestly, my favorite times with Michael was making fun of Dad and watching them run around the house. And I think during the holidays, like when we saw something that was funny, we would just look at each other and just start laughing like immediately. We didn't even have to say anything. So there's just been a lot of good times where we don't even have to say anything. We just look at each other and start laughing and know what we're thinking.
There's kind of that brother-sister thing that you get, you know what I mean? Especially when you're ganging up on your parents. If there's just two kids, let's be real. You had to have Michael was your help, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. But probably one of my favorite, funniest memories, he was scared of everything growing up. He was scared of the dark, scared of needles, scared of voodoo dolls. And
wait, voodoo dolls? Do you guys have a lot of voodoo dolls hanging around the house? I mean, is that something normal in the Bryson home?
And so my cousin and I, when we were really young, we actually made one. We sewed one up and put it underneath his pillow when we were there, and he, it scared the hell out of him, but he also laughed really hard.
Oh no! So this is the first time you've kind of talked publicly. Can I ask you, what do you miss the most about Michael?
Yeah, that's a good question. I miss his. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry, hon.
I miss his daily phone calls and text messages. He always texted me, "I love you, sis," or "I love you," or "Hope you're having a good day." And he would call me even if it was only 30 seconds. "Hey, what are you doing?" "I'm at work." "Okay, love you. I'll call you afterwards." "Okay, bye." And so I definitely miss my calls and text messages from him. I miss his laugh and his smile. He had a great belly laugh that was super contagious.
I've never known him, but just pictures of him. He just looked like such a, like the guy that you could just chat with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He had really good energy. He had probably some of the best energy I've ever seen in a person. Just super compassionate and funny and loving and hilarious, really.
So
he just loved to make people feel comfortable and welcome, and loved to bring people together and party and just enjoy life.
So when are you going to have children someday? I know this is a personal question.
Yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth, but I did decide that if I ever do have a boy, I want to name him Michael.
That is so sweet. What would you tell so let's dream a little. So you have a little boy and his name's Michael. What would you tell him about Uncle Mike?
Oh gosh. I'd probably show him pictures and videos of Michael dancing and pulling pranks. It's sad that I'm going to have to introduce Uncle Michael to my kids if I have kids over videos and pictures. But I think that all of our documented memories will do justice of who he is, who he was. Yeah, so I don't know how to answer that question.
I think you did. I think you did great. I love that answer. I thought that was really sweet. So Parrish, where are we with this investigation? What do we know that we can talk about? What kind of update people on that?
Sure. Well, we're still getting tips in pretty much daily. The phone never stops. As you saw just earlier, I was answering a text in the middle of this, but someone had located some of Michael's items up there about a mile or so from Hobo Camp, which confirms that Michael did not leave on his own accord or just walked out of camp. So I can tell you that did not happen.
And originally, that's what people had said. They saw him walk away, and now they're changing their story.
Well, I'm not.
The evidence is changing the story.
There you go. The evidence is saying something different. So that much I can share. We were hoping that we would have closure by the holidays, of course, but we're getting closer. All the tips that are coming in are really starting to zero in on two different scenarios, but the two scenarios cross paths. So we are getting close.
So by doing this, what are you hoping that pushes, or like, because there's just something held here and you need something to snap?
Oh yeah, the thing is there's somebody out there. Well, there's more than just one somebody. There's several people out there that know what happened on August 4th/5th to Michael. And eventually someone will speak. They'll speak up. And like they say, the one that speaks first gets the best deal. And that's what's going to happen. I mean, when I say I mean I as the family. We are going to go to bat for whoever comes forward with information and make sure that they're protected. The part of this show also is bringing awareness that it's not just the Brysons out here. It's there's other families that are in the same scenario. We were just blessed beyond compare with the amount of support that we got. That speaks volumes, not just to Michael, but it speaks volumes to our community. It speaks volumes to how we reached out. And I believe that with quote unquote Michael's army that has amassed through social media, that we can bring awareness to other families that have missing loved ones that maybe aren't as fortunate to either understand social media or how it works, how to reach out to other people, how to reach out to law enforcement. I mean, how to get everyone on the same page. Like I said, we just kind of stumbled into this, but this thing that we stumbled into has blossomed into a beautiful foundation where we're able to go out and help other people.
So somebody's asking, and I just want you to be really careful because I don't know what we can say here, but is there a key suspect? Someone's asking that.
Yeah, I can't answer that.
Okay. So we can't answer that question, David. Where can I see a picture of Michael so I know to keep an eye out for him?
Go to Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah. If you're in Eugene, you can't. Well, he's right on Mom's heart right there.
Yeah, he's right here.
But also, if you go to the Let's Find Michael Facebook,
So Let's Find Michael.
Yeah, Let's Find Michael Bryson Facebook page. That right there at the top, there's a files tab, and you can print off flyers, and the flyers that we have in there have numerous pictures of Michael and his tattoos.
So, Christy, with your parents, what have you learned about them that you never knew before this?
What have I learned about Mom and Dad that I never knew before this? I would.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a hard question. I would say they're persistent. I mean, I've never seen my parents be so persistent and determined in anything in their lives. They're determined and persistent. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to look at them and go, and excuse my mom would say French, but it's not really French, but they have got balls. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yes, big balls. I do.
You know what I mean? And so doesn't that tell you the power of a parent?
Yes.
You know?
They definitely love Michael. Love Mikey very much. And we're going to do anything we can to help find him.
I have a feeling if you were missing that they would be doing the same thing for you. And but they've learned the hard way about social media and the trolls and the assholes that are out there. And your parents have stood up, and I know they've cried a lot. I do too, because people are relentless. But you two have stood the ground and just gone. Totally focused. I've never seen anybody so focused on just, you know what I mean? Because you have to let lots of stuff go away and just go, what are we doing? What are we looking for? It's all about finding what happened to Michael. And that is, it's like, it's inspiring to me as just a human being to go, wow, that's like, Tina, you are one mama bear. And I would not get between you and that kid or your daughter right there for anything. She'll rip your head off. and then Parrish is just, has this been tough on your relationship?
Yes.
It has to be.
It has been. It has taken so much. It's taken such a toll on all of us. And what I have learned is that everybody grieves so differently, and they grieve on their own terms. For me, it was a lot of crying and a lot of heartbreak and a lot of emptiness. And it still is every day. For Parrish, it was more searching nonstop. Like, I'm not giving up until I get my son off that mountain. And Krista can tell you how she's grieved, but we all have grieved very differently during this whole process. And I still say it is a parent's worst nightmare, not knowing what or where your child is.
Right. To not have that. People underestimate closure, don't they?
Yeah.
And your hope would be that whoever did this or knows something about this would start to understand that, good God, you're a human being. Yeah. And somewhere in there, you cannot allow people to suffer like this because of your self-centeredness, and because you're going to get caught. And what happened is going to get, the truth comes out. But your truth can set this family free and a ton of other people. And that's what you have to, whoever you are out there, you have to understand that. It has to eat away at you too, I think. I think that person or persons, it's gonna devour them if they're not careful and they don't get this thing resolved.
Yep.
We're hoping that it devours them until they speak.
Right.
Honestly.
So let's.
I hope that person has not slept at night since August 5th.
Yeah, I bet. So
because I haven't.
No. So you guys wanted to do this show, but you also wanted to help someone else because you've had a lot of attention, and someone who we did a story on a while ago, but it's been a long time, and also another missing person. And I'm going to bring John into the picture. So hi, John, how are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
I'm going to move you right there. So John, your daughter is Fauna Frey.
Correct.
Tell us, she disappeared a month prior to Michael disappearing, and these two cases are not related, right?
Correct.
So tell me about your daughter. Where are you at with the investigation to her? Where was she last? Didn't they find a car or something recent? Something that was found recently? Am I right?
The Fauna's car was found up above the Rogue River, 7 miles, and then up a remote road, and then kind of on a splinter road off of that, and hidden from even the gravel road up on Reuben Mountain Road. And it was found on September 24th. And then after that point, there's a foundation that I got a hold of, and then that also had a missing child in the Idaho wilderness years ago. And then there were 5 counties, and we had like 8 dogs, and we did a search in the area, and we didn't find anything. And we're not really sure if Fauna even put the Jeep there herself. There's there's different. It's very complicated looking at it without knowing the truth of exactly what happened. But that's a spot there where people have stolen cars before, and they take them way over Reuben Mountain. They take them from. It's a spot where the wild and scenic Rogue River starts, and then you can go from there way up into the mountains, and you can go to these, through these back roads. But long story short, we did a search. There were like 8 dogs, and there were, like I said, 5 counties, local counties. This is down in Josephine County where we found Fauna's car. We had some false reports. We spent weeks looking up here because we had some false reports just before the fires that she was up the Mackenzie. And I
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. We spent weeks looking up there. And then, then went down, after the Jeep was found, went back and searched there. But, we've been searching all over the state, basically, everywhere from the coast, and helicopters flying there to some helicopters flying around the spot where the Jeep was, and search crews and people, having, spending, countless hours out in the woods. And
what do you think happened, John? What do you think? Do you have a thought?
Well, we have a few scenarios that are possibilities. Fauna originally left about 10 days after her brother, my son, passed away.
Okay.
And she wanted to go down there and visit some of his friends and stuff. And then she called me from down there, and then just, she didn't know if she needed to take more of a break, or I suggested she try to rent some cabin down there or something. And it turns out she did make a reservation at like a cabin retreat type of thing down there, but never showed up for the reservation. And, we followed credit cards and all this to where, they're not working anymore. But there's a few different scenarios that we have. And one of them, of course, could be some foul play. Do you don't have anything positive to lead that way?
Do you think that she's still alive, John?
I do.
Do you think someone kidnapped her or took her?
I think that's a feasibility.
Okay.
There's also a feasibility that she could have had easily had a nervous breakdown, because she was the one that found her brother deceased, and he had a atrial prolapse, which is a heart condition, and died very young. And she lost her mother
just prior to that, a few years before that, right?
Well, no, in 2004.
Okay.
And then she lost her sister, and in 2006, and it was like this was just too much, more than she could really cope with.
So what have you learned? What do you learn about yourself, about as a dad? What do you find?
Oh, I don't know if I've learned a lot about it's probably easier to learn about other people than yourself. But I've learned that through the help of some friends that I've been able to do this. This and all the stuff that's been done, because I'm basically a techno idiot, and so I don't do the internet or anything. It's never interested me. I'm a builder, and I just never thought that I was always too busy, and it never really appealed to me. But I've learned that Fauna's got some really great friends, and I've made some really great friends through this, and it's a daily search, like the Bryson said. Every day is like a day that it's just you kind of wake up, and that's what you do.
How can people out there watching, how can they help you in your case?
The biggest way to help is there's got to be somebody out there, or people out there. And we've searched everything, with construction crews that were in that site at the time, to miners that lived down in that area, to everything. But if Fauna went somewhere with somebody or got abducted, there's got to be somebody that knows where she is. And there's a reward for that, for information. And but basically for somebody to speak up is the most important thing, because somebody knows something. And our leads change. There's only so much we can say about certain things, and I don't want to tip any hats, but
no, I don't, and I don't want you to. No,
I live in Eugene, and I'm down in the Grants Pass area, or wherever, on any kind of lead I get, I follow. I just got back from Bandon the other day, and day before yesterday, and I'm down in Grants Pass every week.
Well, I just shared this on the Cave Junction page, so I'm hoping people down there will see it too and help you out. Somebody, Brett Surplus, wants to know, do you have contact with the homeless gal that she gave a ride to?
Yes. She just got out of jail not too long ago. I think Fauna was trying to make the world a better place when she left, and so she was helping anybody she could. It wasn't like her to pick up hitchhikers, but she picked up this hitchhiker, and we found out, gave her some money and gave her a ride, and that person ended up in jail like the same day that we lost contact with Fauna. But we've been following that up. I got an attorney to go down and interview her when she was in jail, but she's just gotten out of jail. And Well, I went down there and found her myself too, and showed her a flyer because at first, when I reported to the police, because I knew her name, because Fauna mentioned her name when she called me from Grants Pass, which was only about 24 hours after she left, and then after I didn't hear from her a couple of days, I did a missing persons report. And then went down there to look around myself. And by that time I had a flyer, and the police had visited this girl because she's got an unusual name. And they found her because she's kind of infamous in that area. And they asked her if she'd ever seen Fauna, and she said no. But when I went down there, I went to one of these spots and found her and showed her a flyer, and she said yes, that Fauna did give her a ride. But at that time she was semi-coherent with drugs and stuff.
Right. So John, you're not a big social media guy, but people are asking, there is a Facebook page called,
yes,
look up help. It's Help Find Fauna Frey.
Correct. Or hashtag Find Fauna Frey.
And Frey is spelled Frey to anybody that wants.
Correct.
Gosh, it's just, it seems like we just need to have people really out looking for all of this. You know what I mean? Like a site or something like a.
Yeah. Anybody in the area. And it's so important because it's, since I've been doing this for 6 months now, there's some hellacious situations and things that are happening in the state of Oregon with human trafficking. I've been with some of these, drug lords and this thing, and it just really saddens me that they've just kind of legalized meth and heroin, because the meth thing is one of the worst things. You just see the damage, just the human damage that's done in places you wouldn't believe, and there's it's just atrocious. It really is.
Well, John, there's a bunch of people on here, and I know you're not into social media, but there's a bunch of people on here offering to help you, to talk with you, I'll let you go back and look at the page, and you can kind of see what people are talking about. But those people who are mentioning that, there's other folks that John has in his life that are running those pages and stuff. And if you go on those pages and get a hold of them, they can help get a hold of John. Because
there's people that are in touch with me every day. There's some wonderful people. I probably shouldn't even mention their names, but they're great people that have helped me through the beginning of this, and they're in close contact, and they fill me in on all this stuff, and then I run around with it, or we've hired 3 private detectives now, and an attorney, and gotten nowhere with that. So the Oregon State Police is supposedly working on it, the Josephine County Police, but they're kind of starting to give up on it, and there's only so much they can do. I talked to Parrish about this the other day. There's only so much they can do, because if a crime is not committed, and legally there has been no crime committed, they really slow up their resources. Let's put it that way.
John, there are so many people coming on here saying stuff. Again, it's Find Fauna, and it's not FAWN, it's FAUNA.
Correct, like a deer.
Frey, Frey. So to the people who are asking on here, that's the name of the Facebook page. And again, this is not John's wheelhouse. So he has people helping him with that. So contact them. Don't overbug John. And I don't mean bug in a bad way, but you need to get to the source so that they can get that information to John. And he does have help with that. Right, John?
Yes, and anybody can contact me through the phone numbers, and I believe they're in that. But if there's any information, like I said, there's a sizable reward, and if anybody could help, and I'd like to thank the Brysons for giving me this opportunity, and yourself, and we need to find these people.
Yeah. You miss her, huh?
Oh God, yeah. Every day.
Do you wake up in the morning and that's what you think? And you go to
Oh,
bed
yeah.
and that's what you think?
Yeah. And many times at night.
John, I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. John, I'm gonna let you go so we can wrap up. And I think I don't want to sit here and embarrass you, but I love your humanity, and I love seeing that people still feel. It's so nice in this day and age to know that you love something so much, and you care so much about something, a person, that it hurts. And you know what I mean? I kind of think that my mom didn't die in a bad way. That whenever I get to her death day, it just kills me. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm so glad that I love someone enough to hurt this bad. Because you're lucky. Yeah, she looks like a wonderful, charming lady. And we all have issues in our life. Good God, I have mine. None of this deserves to happen to anybody. It's just not good. John, I've put the banner on a couple of times so people can go back and get the phone number. Do you want me to put your phone number in the comment section for people?
Please do.
Okay, what is that?
The home phone, 541-937-1339.
Okay.
And the cell is 541.
Hang on, buddy. You're way faster than me. 541
915 5655.
Okay. So everybody, both the numbers are on there. Don't I'm going to take a little bit of liberty here. Don't call just to tell John you're sorry, because he doesn't probably need all the phone calls. If you have real information, that would be great. And I'm not being mean. I'm just saying, guys, because I know how people do this to people, and it's just overwhelming. And he's already overwhelmed. And so if you have something nice to say, write it on here or put it on the Facebook page, and people can get that information to him. But only call him if it is something where you actually have a real, true lead. That would be the best. Is that fair for me to say, John?
That's real good. Thank you.
Okay.
And
John?
thank you, guys.
All right. Since he's thanking you. All right, John, thank you very much. I'm going to bring you over here and me over here. You guys are nice people.
Struggling.
Struggling nice people.
I understand. I understand, John. And it was like I was talking with Tina the other 2 nights ago, and I had actually taken a day and stayed home and kind of went through some paperwork and done some things. And I looked over at Michael's picture and I lost it. And I told her, I said, I feel guilty. I feel guilty for sitting at home, getting done what I need to get done because I'm not out searching for Michael. And that is something that John, I totally relate to John about that.
Yeah.
I mean, every morning I wake up and it's like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to chase that tip to bring Michael home so we can all start the healing process? And as a dad and a husband, that's my role. I mean, I feel like that's my role, but I've got to realize that I have to take a step back every now and then and relax and take care of myself too, because I'm not going to be any good if I lose it and can't do what I need to do on a daily basis.
One of the things, Paris, that I don't think I will ever forget that you said during one of our interviews, because it's kind of that dad thing, and I'm obviously the dad thing. But we were talking about Michael, and you said, yeah, he had his issues with drugs and everything, and he just had so much trouble finding peace that I hope that he has found peace. And I thought, God, that is like the most amazing way to look at life and stuff like that. Because I think we all get so wrapped up in wanting it our way, but really what's best in the big picture. And obviously the best thing would be for Michael to come walking through the door and go, oh, yeah, oh, you guys been missing me?
Yeah.
But we probably know that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But to find that he maybe has found some peace.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
and if he could look back, I'll let me play, just let me play him be me. But if it was me and you were my family, oh my God, I'd be so proud to have you people doing this for me. You know what I mean? And I think the reason so many people come on these shows is because you're like an inspiration to people in a time when we need inspiration. Not saying that's why this is happening. I'm just saying in the midst of COVID hell and the presidential election hell and the wildfires, there's this family. There's so much love looking for your kid. And I think it gives all of us a little bit of hope that not that maybe Mike will be found, but when they find out who did this, there's going to be a whole bunch of us who are so relieved with you. And
Yeah.
I hope you feel that and understand that you have such a large gathering of people behind you. You have to kind of see that.
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, Rick, that's what gives on days where I just feel like I can't go. That's what gets me up and gets me going is the support and the prayers that we have received from literally thousands of people. And that's one reason that we started, the foundation was we wanted other people to feel and experience that peace while they're here. So like the rehab that we want to start doing, the scholarships for higher education for dealing with mental health and other family issues, helping people find what they need to start searches, helping search and rescue. That's what this foundation's about. And
bringing awareness to mental health and normalizing mental health also is kind of the area that I want to focus on. I would say definitely Michael is at peace and he's happy. I've been communicating with him and I talk to him every night. We were super close and he's been sending me messages. They're not often, they're kind of far in between, but he basically said, I'm okay, I'm happy, I'm at peace, and I'm at peace for the first time in a long time.
Right.
And so that's been helpful. Definitely having him validate that. He's at peace.
So what do you want to do in mental health?
Well, I'm a therapist, so I work in the mental health field.
Oh,
but just continuing to kind of normalize mental health, that it's okay to talk to people, it's okay to get help, getting people connected with services. So I think the foundation is not just to provide scholarships for addiction, alcohol and substance abuse programs, but also getting people connected with services and, being able to say it's okay that you have depression, it's okay that you have anxiety, that doesn't define who you are. It's just a part of you. So that's kind of what I want to do moving forward.
So now you opened the door. So I said I was only going to ask you a few questions, but now you made me interested. So this is just how I am. You have to put up with me. I'm sorry, but so did Michael, because Michael struggled with these issues, did that kind of push? Is that your interest in mental health before? No.
No, I've been working in the mental health field for 7 going on 8 years.
Don't you love dealing with people who are so honest.
Yeah, I love my job. I absolutely love my job.
I have done so many stories and things with people in mental health stuff. And I am just like, I fall in love with these people because, I mean, I have my own struggles with depression, and I have for a long time. But there's this honesty where you can just jump in. I have so many friends in recovery, and they're not even in recovery. They're done. They're out of recovery. I'm not one of those people. I don't think you live the rest of your life. I'm an addict. No, you were an addict, and you have a tendency to get back into it. It's just my little thing. That's just how I am. But I got all these friends, and they are the most amazing people, and they accept you just the way you are because they understand you.
Yeah, a lot of vulnerability. It's incredible watching kids and families be vulnerable. Definitely encourages you to be vulnerable and open and honest and loving and accepting.
Well, I so appreciate you coming on tonight, because I know that was hard and you weren't looking forward to it, but I think you kind of had a good time talking about your brother, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I miss him.
Well, you brought them a little missing nugget that we haven't had on this before, and I think people obviously are on here and really appreciating it and saying all kinds of really cool things and stuff about it. So. How do people get a hold of you guys, and how do people get involved with the foundation?
The foundation is named, it's Michael Bryson Foundation, and it's a website, so you can go on the website. We've got emails there. We also have links for people like Krista was talking about that need some guidance or some 800 numbers or just some resources for mental health, as well as we're starting to do the same thing with rehab. So the first thing, like she was saying, is stepping forward and asking for help and realizing that that's not a weakness. Asking for help is actually a strength.
So what do you think will happen in 2021?
I think it's going to be a good year, and I think it's going to be the year that we find Michael.
Yeah, there will be a lot of positives in 2021. Like Krista said, I see some chapters closing, but I see a lot more chapters opening because of Michael and his story.
Yeah, I think you guys are doing a wonderful job telling his story.
Thank you.
So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, dear Michael.
Oh,
Happy birthday to you.
Amen.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Rick.
thank you, Rick.
Made my night. Made my week. I needed this. You guys were, I don't know, Krista, but you just gave me therapy, Krista. You were my therapy today. I needed this so bad.
Yeah.
I just had kind of a shitty day. and
Hear that.
it was, yeah. And you just warmed it up. So, okay, I'm going to close this out. I'm going to pull you guys off. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right. See you later. All right. There you go. That's where the rubber hits the road. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. There's just so many of you on here talking. And the thing you can do for the Brysons is, number one, pray for them. Number two, support them how you can. Thinking good thoughts. When you're down, remember the hope that you see in these people. Get involved in the foundation. Get involved in your neighborhood. Find out who the people all around you. Learn about what recovery is and what it isn't. Find out what people addicted to drugs are and what they really are not, and get involved in the whole thing, rather than passing judgment like so many are doing right now. Get involved. And if you're somebody out there and you know what happened, come on, let them know. Don't cause more pain. You've already caused a lot of pain. And you can stop that. Yeah, there's going to be a cost to you, but there already is. It's haunting you every day. Every waking hour of your day, you remember what you did, and you know. And all you have to do to set yourself free is let them know what happened. You could settle so many people's lives right now by not being selfish. And yeah, again, you will have to pay for it, but you'll probably find peace. The peace that Michael found. But I'll just leave that like that. All right. I'm Rick Dancer. Yeah. I gotta go. All right. We will see you. I don't know when. I can't think right now. I'm just going to go home. Have a great night. Please share this on your page so other people see it and can be of help as well. Okay. All right. Be a part of the community. It's an action word. Love is an action word. You got to do something. You can't just sit around and feel sorry for people. You